What's going on, everybody? This is Brandon Hardesty from Bumpin Uglies.
Your lyrics hit a sweet spot between hilarious and brutally honest. How do you decide where to draw the line when writing?
In what regard?
How do you decide what to say and not to say? Do you feel like some things are too private, you know what I mean? Or some things hit harder on other people that maybe would take it a certain way? Because you seem to not, you don't pull back sometimes.
Well, my personal life, man, everything is on the table. I write a lot of shit about the music industry and just like my experiences. And in the past, I've stopped at the line of like saying something that's gonna like hurt my career or like maybe like burn a bridge. And I've just recently kind of just crossed the fuck it part of that where I don't care anymore. I'm just saying how it is.
Hell yeah.
That's been a very recent development for me. But
Honesty is a good policy. And you've built a massive grassroots following without a major label to push you whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
How's that DIY grind been for you?
It's rewarding, man. Like, because it's like you really, like you're connecting with the fans personally. So it's like there's no substitute for that with just like seeing how the music you make affects people's lives. But it's also, there's a lot to be said with like an honest day's work, seeing the rewards from it, as opposed to like playing games and kind of getting pushed by labels or just like, put on, which is a very real thing. It's like a very real part of this industry and particularly the scene. And it's just something, to go that route, you have to play games and like politic and just like suck dick. And it's just something I don't have the stomach for. So like I'd much rather just stand on merit as opposed to politics.
Hell yeah. That's a good policy, man. And your sound blends ska, punk, and reggae, but it never feels forced. Was that always the vision, or did that just evolve naturally?
It kind of just evolved naturally, man. Like I had no aspirations of being in a reggae band. Like we're not a reggae band. Like we're a band that plays reggae amongst a lot of other things. Like we're just kind of like a rock band that does a lot of different things. And for me, I just wanted to write songs, man. Like I wanted to write cool songs, and eventually it was like, it's the only band I've ever been in. So it was like challenging myself as a musician to do different styles. And, I'm very fortunate where it's like I play in a band with like slamming musicians. So like we kind of just see what we can do, and if it feels good and it resonates with the crowd and gets people moving, then it's like, that's cool. And then from a songwriting perspective, I'll write a song and then I'll examine the lyrics and I'll see what does that sound like? Like, what do these lyrics feel like they should be? Like if it's like an upbeat, laid back kind of just like, I call them junk food songs. Typically, right. I make it like a poppy reggae song, you know what I mean? Where it's kind of just like Margaritaville or whatever. Mm-hmm. If it's like angsty and like angry and bitter, typically it ends up being a punk rock song. Right. If there's like a lot of bravado and like I'm feeling myself and I'm kind of like talking about myself, that ends up usually being hip hop. If it's like just stupid and humorous, I typically make that ska, And, it's just kind of like that,
Okay. And you're known for being extremely super upfront and real about your mental health and your burnouts after tours. How do you reset after a long tour?
I'm an introvert, so like I really need time to myself to kind of just like decompress. Like, like getting time with family is huge. Spending time with my kids is huge. And that like fills my cup as like being a good father, and just kind of it's in a lot of ways like being like performing, because it's like you put out energy to an audience and you get back energy, typically speaking. And it's the same thing with kids. Like when you give them good attention and good energy and stuff, you see it come back to you, and it's a very rewarding feeling. But it's also a lot of work being a parent, so it's like just making sure I carve out time for myself to kind of decompress and get my head right and be an introvert, because like every other part of my life is forcing myself to be an extrovert.
Right. And do your kids like your music?
Yeah, a little bit. Like my son gets really bored with the reggae shit. He's way more into the punk rock. I always joke that he's gonna like hop trains and stuff. My daughter likes it a lot. Like she likes the bouncy reggae stuff.
Okay, yeah. That's the same way my son is. So, Keep Your Suitcase Packed and Locust Avenue show two very different sides of the band. Do you approach songwriting differently depending on the mood and the setting and what's going on in your life?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's just like a matter of like what I'm into at the time. Like I just finished making a record that's like the best kind of, it's the best, like, for lack of a better description, scene record we've ever done. Like, I made a record for this like American reggae world that we live in, and so it's like, it took me 2 years. I spent a lot of time thinking about reggae, you know what I mean? Like an American reggae, just all this reggae stuff. And I just finished the masters on that, and I was just getting back into writing, and I was trying to like force myself to like, I wanted to write more catchy stuff because that's like where the money comes from for us. And I couldn't make it happen. And I was like listening to music, and the stuff that was getting me excited listening to music was like Sturgill Simpson and like John Moreland and a lot of this like more like country stuff. And that's like kind of what got my gears kind of going. So for me, it was like, oh, I think I need to like write some country songs, you know. And that's just what it's like. Like I never want to force anything. Like I just want to I want to be creative and make cool stuff, and then like find a way to release it, you know. But at the same time, like, you know, make money, make a living off of it too. It's right. That's the hard part. It's like staying true to yourself, but also trying to make a living off of it.
Yeah, because you could see what people are gravitating towards with what you put out, and you're like, I know what they want, but you want to put out something that you feel
and like
deeper on.
For me, I love it all. Like I would never do something just to do it, or just to make money off of it. But it's easy being like a competitive person and also an addict. Like you see what works and like what is like leading to the most growth. So then like chasing that, you know, like I'm very much a workaholic. So it's like when you see the stuff that's like working and leading to growth, and it's like your ego gets carried away from yourself. It's like, oh, well, I just need to write like 15 more of those. But then you start churning out crap, you know what I mean? And it's like, for me, it's like as a songwriter, the most important thing is like, does this song have a reason to exist? You know, like I don't want to just like write something to write something. I want to be excited about the idea.
Right.
I sound so pretentious. Like,
no, I mean, it's real, man. It's being real, and you know, you put your time into it, and you don't want to like just put it out there to, like I said, to like get that monetization high. You want to put it out there so that you can actually back it up yourself.
Yeah, but it's also like a very real part of it, because it's like, you know, I'm 39, like I got kids, I got a mortgage. Just I'm trying to make a living off this shit, but at the same time, it's like there's easier ways to make a living than playing music. So like if you're gonna do this, it's got to be, the music's got to come first, and just the integrity of it.
Definitely. And to stick on that same theme of the whole songs and songwriting and everything, is there anything you would want to say about this new song that you have coming out and everything with the Singer of Article sound system and everything? You have
that's out, Orange Crush.
The newest one, the newest one that's out. Do you want to say something like what was the process of writing that?
I mean, that was just like, it was an idea I had, like, for me, like Orange Crush is like, that's like a Maryland alcoholic drink, and it was just like, that's like our local like beach drink, and I have like a lot of really good memories of like playing in my band on a beach and blacking out on Orange Crushes and just having like good days. So I just like kind of realized it was like the same thing with Island Time. When I had the idea of Island Time, I was like, this is a really killer idea for a reggae song. Like I'm gonna write this song, I want to make it catchy, I'm gonna like, you know, like I just knew what I wanted to sound like. And so it was the same thing with Orange Crush. I was like, this is gonna make like, this could be like our Margaritaville, you know?
Right.
So like, I knew what I wanted it to sound like. I knew the vibe that I wanted it to sound like. The collaborative side of it is always like cool, and it excites people. And Logan's just like my girl. Like that's like one of my best friends, and we just work well together. So I knew I wanted a girl on it. So I hit her up, and she was into it, and it all came together really well. And I think it's like I realized like a big part of this genre, like the American reggae genre, it's like vibe music. It's like music people put on when they're on the boat or on the beach, and they kind of have it in the background to just like vibe out to. So that's what I wanted to make it like easy listening, but like just enjoyable, and like it takes you to you know what I mean, like just on the beach, having a couple brewskis with the fries, trying to just get that vibe down. I think we did a good job with it.
Hell yeah. And what's the weirdest or most unexpected thing a fan has said or done to you at a show?
There's a guy that used to come to our shows in Atlanta who would always corner me in the bathroom and try and grab my dick, and that was pretty weird. I had to get like fucking real with him about that.
like, dude, I appreciate you.
No, it wasn't like that at all. I was like, dude, don't fucking come and, don't violate me like that.
Yeah, no more.
Yeah.
All right. And you've collaborated with a bunch of artists in the scene. Who's still on the wish list of collaborations?
Oh, dude, I really want to do some stuff with Stupid. I'd love to do some stuff with Stupid. I'd love to get Protege on a song. I'd love to do something with Denim. Like, I really enjoy his production. I feel like I'm overdue with Fortunate Youth. Like, we're doing a tour with them this fall, and that'd be cool to do a song with them.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And if someone's hearing you for the first time, especially here at Cali Roots, what's the one track you hope gets them hooked?
I think Optimism in F Sharp is a really good one because it's like, in addition to being a catchy reggae song, it has like real deep lyrics. I think like in a lot of situations, for us, it's one or the other. It's usually like a catchy song with kind of meaningless lyrics, or it's like real deep lyrics and it's not particularly catchy. But I think that's a great song that is an instance of having both.
And is there a moment at any of these festivals or concerts that you've been on these tours that have really like stood out to you more than others?
It's hard, man. Like, today was great. It's like every month is better than the last. Like, I think my band is just crushing right now. We've never sounded better. We've never had like a better camaraderie amongst us, and it's only getting better. So it's like, I don't know. I felt today was like a really good. We were here 3 years ago, and I didn't think that set went nearly as good as today went. So that's, to me, that's kind of like where I'm at with it. I try to measure us to us, you know what I mean, and just see if we're doing better than we were last month and last year,
Definitely. Final thoughts?
Bumpin Uglies got a new record coming out this year, and it's awesome, and you should order it or whatever you do to get music.
Hell yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, dude. Thank you, bro.